first stage now of painting Matt's helmet is Arai GP7, and basically what I have here is the shell intact as it is as you purchase it from your dealer. First and foremost, the actual visor seal is left intact. Also, the base rubber again is also left in place. Again, if this is removed, it will never actually go back on the same. So to do that would mean destroying the helmet. The rest is pretty easy to dismantle. The exterior vents, those can be removed, painted separately, and then reapplied afterwards, which is great because basically it just means that you get a much cleaner finish. And also, if these are damaged later on after the paintwork, they can be removed, repainted, and replaced again. Also, there is the visor pod mechanism. One of the great features of an Arai helmet is that these side pods can be removed, repainted. So what I will do next is I'll remove all these parts and then carefully mask out the areas such as the rubbers and also the ventilation holes which lie beneath the diffusers. Again, they must be masked out very accurately, so that again they're airtight, so no solvents or any paint properties can actually get through and penetrate the polystyrene shell. Once those are all removed and everything is taped up and masked up sufficiently, then it's a case then of just wet drying, wet flatting the actual shell using a wet dry flatting paper, and I basically use a very fine graded paper, so it doesn't mark the surface too much. It's not too abrasive, but it just basically takes the shine or enough of the shine away so that the paint then that I apply, or the first coat of paint that I will apply, will adhere to it sufficiently, and therefore it makes it more stone chip resistant. So that is then the next process, is just to really sort of get it back to a paintable finish, and then then the actual first base coat colour, which will be a very light grade of orange, will be ready to supply, and yeah, hopefully by then we should be well on our way. Basically, I'm now at stage 2 of Matt's helmet, and at this stage, if you can see, I basically just applied the orange base colour, which is the desired colour that Matt wanted to achieve. The second process to this now is to add the detailing. Matt actually requires his initials, MK, which will actually encapsulate the helmet from pretty much from the side angle here, which will probably reach around about the middle sector really of the shell, from where the visor mechanism sort of ends, and then this will actually wrap around the entire back area of the helmet, so the letters will actually be quite large. But what I intend to do, and this is something that Matt and I discussed when we met to discuss the design, was to actually incorporate some detailing in this as well, just to make it look as though it does stand out from the base colour, and just give it a little bit of finer sort of an edge to it, so that it looks impressive close up as well as from a distance. But once I've got to the stage of applying the letters and the detailing, I will show you how that's done, and show you a couple of the little tricks as well that I use, and hopefully it will all be successful. I'm now at stage 3 of the paintwork process. Basically, where I've actually got to now is that I've actually lacquered the helmet so that it actually has a clear coat barrier between the initial base coat colour, and now with the detailing that I'm going to put on top of that, which consists of the M and the K of Matt's name with the initials. So basically where I'm at now is everything has been masked up just to reveal the letters and the shapes that I need to now spray. And what I will do is I'll apply a darker shade of orange, which will then stand out perfectly upon the base colour, and you'll be able to see a clear transition between those two. So it's not going to be too obvious, so that it's a very stark colour on top of another, but the difference will be clear enough. And then once I've achieved that, then I'll actually go about applying some of the finer detailing. And what I aim to do is make it look as though the letters are actually embossed and raised upon the base colour. Apart from the shell, also the various vents and side pods have also been masked out. Because of this, the way the design is actually situated, the top vents or the diffusers on this helmet actually run through the detailing on the shells. So it's important that everything matches and lines up correctly, because if it doesn't, even if it's a couple of millimetres out, it looks very obvious, and it doesn't look particularly well finished off. So I took the time really to make sure that everything lines up perfectly, and that should give an overall better finish. Right, I'm at the final stages now of the helmet before it actually goes to its final lacquer coats. And as you can see, I'm basically now getting ready just to apply the very finer details to the letters, just to basically enhance them slightly and to give them a little bit more of an impressive feel above the base coat colour. This is how I've masked these areas out, using fine line tape and masking tape, which gives me a fine edge, a fine line, and I'm able then to introduce the colour, to build the colour in depths and layers, and this would, or should, then sort of just promote the three-dimensional effect that I'm looking for. So once I've got to that stage, I'll show you what that looks like and give you an overall sort of feel of how the design will work out. And then it's time to put the final lacquer coats on, and then by that point I'm pretty close to it being finished. The only thing that is left then is just to reassemble the helmet, give it a good quick polish, and sort of cut out any imperfections that might be in the final lacquer coats, and then it'll be ready to go and deliver to Matt. I'm at the final stages now of Matt's helmet. It's all pretty much being put back together, all the reassembly work has been completed, the visor mechanism has been put back in place, together with the interior as well, and also the exterior vents, which are sort of stuck down sort of with the manufacturer's spec double-sided tape. So that's all been put back into place, and now it's a complete helmet as it was when I started with it, when it was plain white. So it was a very sort of simple design really to carry out from some of the other designs that I've done, but I've enhanced it slightly with some sort of detailing, which I took you through in the earlier steps. All being well, it's to his spec. It's pretty much what we discussed from the original criteria. So yeah, hopefully you'll like it. Thanks very much for following me in this step-by-step guide to painting the helmet, and yeah, hopefully it will serve people well out there as a general understanding as to how it all works. And hopefully it was some good background information for you. Thanks again.